Okay, let's unpack this. What if the very act of searching, looking for stuff online, something we all do, dozens of times a day, what if that was completely reimagined? We're talking about a transformation that could genuinely redefine how you gain knowledge. Think about it. That sheer frustration, right? Having 5, 10, maybe even 15 tabs open, just trying to piece together one complex answer. That scattered, fragmented search experience.
Yeah.
Well, that's the underlying problem we're diving into today, our focus, Google AI mode. We're going to cut through the noise, get to the core of what it is, how it works, and importantly, what it means for you.
It's a truly monumental shift, you're right. And you've hit on the core challenge it addresses. This isn't just, another small update to Google. It's what Google's CEO, Sundar Pichai himself, called a total reimagining of search. We're fundamentally moving away from that conventional, almost linear blue link way of doing things we've all grown up with, moving towards something far more, well, intuitive and integrated.
So let's start right there then. If it's not about just a list of links anymore, what exactly is this shift? I mean, what is Google AI mode?
Okay, so at its heart, Google AI Mode is basically a feature that transforms traditional search into an intelligent conversational experience. And it's powered by Google's most advanced AI. It's not like a separate app or website. It's integrated directly into Google Search, usually as a dedicated tab or mode you can switch to. And that's fundamentally different from the standard AI overviews you might sometimes see popping up now at the top of your regular Google search results. Those give you a quick summary.
Right, I've seen those. Just a little paragraph.
Exactly. AI mode takes that initial idea, that summarization, but pushes it to a whole new level, much more interactive depth, iterative exploration.
Okay, interactive depth. What's the engine behind that? What's the actual intelligence making all this clever synthesis happen?
Well, what's fascinating here is that AI mode is powered by Google's custom version of Gemini 2.5. Now, if you've been following Google's AI stuff, Gemini is their most powerful family of AI models. The 2.5 signifies a pretty big leap in its ability to understand complex, sort of nuanced questions and generate really detailed, coherent responses. And this version is specifically tuned for search tasks. So it allows for comprehensive answers directly rather than just pointing you to a source link. Then you can engage in follow-up questions, dig deeper, right there in the same interface. No need to open, tons of tabs.
Okay. So that's the conversational part, the interface. Now, what about what's happening under the hood? How does AI mode actually, think to provide these comprehensive answers? Because this is where it gets really interesting, right?
It is. It uses something quite clever called a query fan-out technique. And this isn't just about speed, though it helps there too. It's really about breaking down your complex question into lots of nuanced sub-questions, and Google then simultaneously explores all of those related questions. So think of asking something like, what's the best strategy for a small business to leverage AI for customer service without a massive budget? A complex query.
Yeah, that's not a simple keyword search.
Exactly. A traditional search might give you maybe a 10 articles, some relevant, some less so. But AI mode's fan-out internally searches for things like small business AI tools, budget customer service AI, maybe AI implementation challenges for startups, and then it synthesizes all that info from across the web. This allows the system to dive much, much deeper and find that hyper-relevant content that really matches your specific, intricate question. It gives you a genuinely comprehensive answer, not just like a list of keywords.
Wow. So it's not just finding data points, it's actually synthesizing knowledge that maybe wasn't explicitly stated anywhere in just one single source. And it's powered by Gemini 2.5, which, like you said, brings some serious muscle. What capabilities does that specific model bring that are really unique for search?
Oh, precisely. Synthesizing is the key word. Gemini 2.5 provides, advanced reasoning, sophisticated code understanding, and critically, multimodal vision processing capabilities. This goes far beyond what you'd typically get in those standard AI overviews we mentioned. And building on that, AI mode includes something called deep search functionality.
Deep search, oh.
Yeah, this capability allows it to reason across, disparate pieces of information, scattered info. And it can use that to create what Google calls expert-level, fully cited reports in minutes. It's designed to save you potentially hours of manual research by automatically pulling together information from various sources into a coherent narrative.
Huh. I remember spending hours once trying to compare obscure academic papers on some niche topic, constantly cross-referencing footnotes, trying to connect arguments. The idea of deep search, creating expert-level, fully cited reports, that sounds like a researcher's dream. Now, on a crucial note, especially with these powerful AI systems, What about security, privacy?
That's a vital point, absolutely. Google has explicitly detailed enhanced security measures and robust privacy controls implemented specifically for AI mode. This includes things like anonymous usage data, granular controls over your search history, and importantly, a commitment that your interactions in AI mode won't be used to train future AI models without your explicit consent. They're clearly trying to build trust from the ground up here, making sure your data stays protected as you explore these new capabilities.
Okay, that's good to hear. And speaking of exploring, we're not just talking about typing anymore, are we? What kind of input methods can we use to really talk to this new AI mode?
Right. This is where Gemini 2.5's multimodal power really shines. You can interact in several ways. You can type questions directly, of course, the standard way,
Yeah.
but you can also speak your queries using the microphone feature. You can upload photos or even take pictures to ask visual questions. And it even supports real-time camera functionality for live queries. Point your phone at something and ask about it.
Live camera queries.
Wow, these
Yeah.
multimodal capabilities allow for complex comparisons, exploratory research, multi-step problem solving. It's actively seeing and interpreting what you show it.
That does sound incredibly powerful for complex research or even just everyday stuff. But I have to ask,
Mhm.
how accurate is it right now with those visual queries? I mean, are we talking about reliably identifying, say, a specific plant disease from a blurry photo? Or is it more like identifying a breed of dog? How much does that really open things up compared to just searching for dog breed?
Well, it's designed for practical application, and it's constantly improving. Think about maybe pointing your camera at a complicated engine schematic. AI mode could potentially not only identify parts, but maybe explain their function, potential failure points, all in real time. That's a huge leap from simple image search to active visual problem solving. It really does unlock entirely new use cases. And this takes us naturally to what's coming next, because what we have now is really just the beginning. Okay, you've got my attention. So, what are some of the cutting edge capabilities Google is bringing to AI mode in the near future? Lay it on us.
All right, one key area is personalized suggestions. AI mode will be able to offer recommendations based on your past searches, sure, but it can also integrate with other Google apps, like Gmail. So for instance, if you're looking for restaurant recommendations in a city you're visiting, it could potentially reference your flight confirmations and hotel bookings from Gmail to give you incredibly precise location-specific suggestions, tailored just for you.
Whoa, that's fascinating. And potentially a little creepy, but fascinating. What about handling raw data? Like, could I hypothetically ask it to analyze a company's last 5 years of earnings reports and then show me the trends? Maybe in a graph.
Exactly. That's where interactive visualizations come in.
Yeah.
The idea is it can pull that data and generate custom dynamic graphs for you. So you could visually explore trends for, say, sports statistics, financial data, or other numerical info without ever needing to open a spreadsheet.
Hmm.
And further integrating that real-time interaction, looking ahead, we'll see integration with something called Project Astra.
Project Astra. Right, I've heard of that. Google's big AI agent vision.
That's the one. Astra is Google's grand vision for a truly universal AI agent, a multimodal assistant that can understand and interact with the world around it, not just text. So when we talk about real-time camera queries getting better, it's leveraging Astra's evolving deep understanding of physical objects and environments.
Okay, so it's really moving towards having an intelligent conversation
Well,
partner, not just a glorified dictionary or search engine. And for actually doing things, there's this development called agentic tasks. What's that about?
That's right. This is where AI mode will potentially assist with practical tasks. Things like booking tickets, making restaurant reservations, maybe even completing online forms for you. Early demonstrations have apparently shown the system completing tasks like, say, booking a hotel or adding items to a shopping cart significantly faster than some competing AI platforms. Think about it. No more asking your smart speaker a question and then having to slowly spell out the complex follow-up query on your phone. It's designed to streamline those annoying, complex online interactions.
Okay, that sounds genuinely useful. So this all sounds incredible. When can people actually get their hands on this? What's the rollout situation?
Good news there. AI mode officially graduated from its experimental phase, Search Labs, and began rolling out to all Google search users in the United States back on May 21st, 2025, right after Google I/O 2025. So it's out there now for many people in the US.
All right. And just to clarify, currently it's available for adults with personal Google accounts, right?
Yeah.
But not yet if you're using, say, a Google Workspace account for work or school.
That's correct, at the moment. Personal accounts first. And while it's currently limited to the US, Google has indicated that AI mode will expand to additional regions and support more languages beyond English in the coming months. So if you're listening outside the US, keep an eye out. It's likely coming.
Okay. And if you are in the US and eager to try it for yourself, how do you actually access AI mode right now?
Yeah, there are a few straightforward ways. You can try visiting google.com AI mode directly in your browser. That should take you there. Or if you just go to the regular www.google.com and type in a query like normal, look below the search bar, you should see an AI mode tab you can click. And finally, if you're using the Google mobile app, you might see an AI mode icon right on the home screen you can tap.
Simple enough. So with all these capabilities, this new approach, what does this all mean for the broader search landscape and maybe most importantly for you, the user? What's the big takeaway here?
Well, this is truly a strategic move by Google. AI mode positions them to compete directly with those leading conversational AI platforms like ChatGPT and Perplexity. But what makes Google's offering potentially distinct is, well, their decades of experience indexing the entire web. They have real-time, comprehensive access to the freshest, most authoritative sources, and crucially, it seems designed to cite them transparently.
Yeah, the citation part is key.
Absolutely. And those early performance tests suggesting it can complete complex tasks faster. That's a potentially powerful differentiator in this AI race. Industry experts are already, looking at AI mode and saying it marks the official end of traditional search as we knew it. It really seems to be transforming search from just a list-based information retrieval system into something more like an intelligent conversational assistant.
So it really does promise to eliminate that common frustration, doesn't it? Opening tab after tab just to piece together an answer. You'll potentially be able to engage in more natural conversations, ask follow-up questions, explore topics much deeper, all within one seamless experience.
Exactly. And this, of course, raises an important question for businesses and the whole SEO world. This feature may significantly change how websites appear in search results, or if they appear directly at all sometimes, and definitely how users interact with online content. It's a shift that will likely require adaptation, as that user journey from query to actual content discovery changes pretty fundamentally.
Right. And it's not just for us regular consumers either, is it? You mentioned enterprise applications.
Correct. Google has announced enterprise versions of some AI mode capabilities are coming through tools like Gemini Code Assist and other developer platforms, which indicates plans to extend this kind of technology far beyond just consumer search. Think developer tools, enterprise solutions, and so on. So ultimately, AI mode really represents a fundamental shift in how people interact with information online. It combines that comprehensive web knowledge that made Google so successful for decades with the, cutting-edge conversational intelligence of modern AI systems. It seems set to redefine the search experience for billions of users worldwide.
Wow. Okay, so this deep dive has really shown us that Google AI mode isn't just, another feature update. It's a profound transformation of how we access and process information. Designed, it seems, to cut through all that digital noise and deliver synthesized knowledge.
Indeed. And this raises, I think, a really important question for all of us. How might this deeper, more conversational way of searching change our own approach to learning, to problem solving in our daily lives? Are we sort of moving from just finding answers to actually cultivating understanding?
That's a real challenge, isn't it? And maybe the opportunity. How will this new interactive way of discovering information empower your curiosity? What new possibilities does it unlock for truly understanding the world around us? Not just finding quick answers, but actually exploring and making sense of knowledge in a richer way. Something to think about.